Alright, people, what the hell is going on? It is Sunday. Ah, man, the last day of the weekend. First day of the week, ironically. Or is that the correct way to use that word? I have no idea. Anyway, today, let's talk Elder Scrolls Online. Let's talk ESO. I got back into the game a little over a month ago. After taking several months off, I re-upped on my subscription ESO Plus and started playing like I usually. I'm a day one player, level 2,000 something. I don't know. I rarely even look at that thing. I wouldn't even known I was over 2,000 if somebody in the group I was in had mentioned it. I was like, I'm over 2,000. Huh. I didn't know. I never look at it. It's not, after a certain point, it's not important. You can't add to your stats or nothing like that. So, you know. Anyway, y'all gonna hear. I'm outside. Y'all gonna hear some shit. I live on a feeder road, so y'all gonna hear Highway 5969 right here, sounding like a fucking racetrack at some point. And it's just how it is. Anywho, we just got the update to this game, and they steady updating it and adding to the game and stuff like that. That part I kind of appreciate because I am a paying member of this game for the last 11 years or however fuck long I've been playing this game. But this last little shit they added, it was garbage. Not all of it. Most of it. Garbage. It is. It's garbage. It was an update just to say it was an update. Thieves Guild's trash. Game ain't made for that. The game, it's not. The game is not designed for that type of gameplay. And I don't like it. I didn't like the first Thieves Guild. It took me years to get through that quest line. The only reason I forced myself through that quest line is because I wanted that ally that you get when you finish it. That was it. I didn't enjoy it. And I went out. And what I said, I started the quest line on one of my other characters, which is something I got to talk about, these multiple character shits. And I quit it. Fuck this. This is dumb. I don't like this. Sneaking don't work right in this game, and it just no thank you. And it wasn't until I was on my character that I play on now for the last couple of years that I didn't even know that there was another assistant that you can get. I was saying, oh, they got the smuggler one that you get for free, because I think I saw it in the in the little shops or whatever. You gotta pay for it. Like, you get one for free after that, and I was like, but I gotta. So I went through that, which is horrible. Everything about some of the shit's just awkward, man. The whole Thieves Guild. Every time I go to Thieves Guild, everything is just awkward. I don't like it. Then I can't do nothing because I'm not sneaking around for shit. I'm going in there, I'm beating up everybody, I'm taking whatever I'm supposed to take. And then I can't even leave wherever I'm leaving because as soon as I leave, I get attacked by the guards. So whatever I done stole, I gotta spend to get the bounty off my head so I can go back and complete the fucking mission and turn it in. Now, I was doing the missions at the beginning because I'm only on the second mission or whatever the hell. And I got this bitch following me around, telling me, well, that's not what we came in here for, so, but whatever. Man, I don't need you telling me, following me around during the mission every time I knock somebody down. Well, that's not what we came in here for, but okay, let's go. Fuck you. You know, nobody want to hear that shit. You know, they did that shit in Fallout. You know, every time you do something, the goddamn companion got some weird ass shit to say. Fuck you, shut the fuck up. You didn't put shit in the game to irritate people on purpose. I don't get that. They think it's funny. That's probably why all the motherfuckers got laid off. The people upstairs probably looked and saw some dumb ass shit and was like, you know what? We don't even need all these motherfuckers. Get them out of here. You know what I'm saying? They put this shit in the game. And I'm like, oh, this. I tried to play it. You know, this is like the last thing I do. I do them stupid ass rumors. Not rumors. Stupid ass favors. Just dumb. Why would I want to? You do all that shit every day for a week and a half, 2 weeks, or however long it take you to run through all them damn favors, and then you get a picture of somebody you don't even fucking know. And I don't know what the fuck they talking about because I don't read them emails they send. My screen, I'm blind if y'all don't know, and playing that game is kind of on the difficult side because I can't see shit. And I use the screen reader that's in the game. So my screen reads off all the shit on the screen that I need to hear. The chat, I got the mod on there that I think it's an Auto Looter Plus. So when I pick up stuff, it tells me what the hell I done picked up. You know, I'm not looking all over the place. I got another mod on there that when I'm doing a boss fight or some shit, or if I get hit with something, I guess from any enemy, it tells me what the enemy hit me with. It tells me if I get stunned or snared or whatever the fuck. I mean, I can see that much, but it does tell me. Because some shit you don't realize. So much shit going on the screen that you can't even tell what the hell is going on. And I'm like, hold on, give me a minute. That's what happens when you get old. You forget what the fuck you're talking about. What was I talking about? Just like that, gone, bam. I know it had something to do with the stupid ass Steve deal and shit like that. Anywho, I don't like that shit. And the favors, I don't like that shit because what's the fucking point? You get a picture of somebody. You get a picture of somebody. You know, you do all that shit. Yeah. You get a picture of this person here. Who the fuck are they? Why would I care? You just put them in the game, as far as I can tell, because they ain't none of those people familiar to me. But I've been playing this game a long time, and I probably ran across them at some point and just don't fucking remember because I don't be into the story like that. I gotta do next. You know what I'm saying? That's basically how I be going through the goddamn story. I'm not getting all engaged into it and shit like that. So those are fucking a waste of time, really. Because as far as I can tell, you don't get nothing out of it. But then again, there might be some shit I done got in the inventory that's, excuse me, it's probably extremely valuable that's sitting in there. I don't know what the fuck it is. Which is, you know, I wouldn't doubt that at all. My inventory is always full. I have so many fragments and all kind of other shit that get thrown into my category, my inventory. I'm like, I don't even know what the hell this is. You got to consume this many fragments to do. When the hell did I even get these? Why do I have these? And it's usually some shit that I don't even want anyway. You know, I'm just like, okay, I don't know if they trying or not. I really don't. I don't know if they trying or not. They got the rumor stuff that they coming out with. And another thing about that Thieves Guild shit, a lot of that stuff with the puzzles and all that is shit that make me put the game down. You start throwing a bunch of puzzles in there, I'm gonna put the game down. I'm gonna end up playing Fallout 76 again. Or go and try to start Dragon Age. That's what's gonna fucking happen. You know, they're gonna start these little quests that's supposed to be like Morrowind and shit like that. Well, you know what? I never finished Morrowind. That was like my first game into shit like this. And I never finished Morrowind. I was just fucking around in Morrowind. I wasn't just into driving, just playing shit. I didn't get into just playing the game until I got to Oblivion. But, you know, you gotta figure shit out. Find stuff without quest markers and all this. No. I can tell you right now, I'm not even gonna act like I'm gonna do that shit. I mean, because if you gonna do that shit, it gotta be extremely localized in the game as far as area is concerned. And whatever you telling me, you gotta be real goddamn specific. It's hard enough for me to find the goddamn quest markers. I mean, quest markers don't even show up all the goddamn time. You know, you be like, where I gotta go? You twirling around to try to get the quest marker to show up on your goddamn compass. It won't because you ain't close enough. Like, man, come on, man. If it's a quest marker, just put the fucking quest marker on the goddamn screen so I can go that way. You know, now they have it to where, at least in that specific part of the game, if you're doing that, you don't get quest markers. That's fine for people that do that. They want to do that. There's people out there that think the game shouldn't have quest markers and all that. Oh, fuck you. You play the game and put a mod on there, which I'm pretty sure they have, where you can turn off all that shit. You can turn off your hood and all that. You do that for you. Don't speak for everybody goddamn else. I want quest markers. And don't be on the game talking about you don't want quest markers, and then you hop on your goddamn car and you got the goddamn GPS on. Rip that shit out your fucking car. No quest markers. Find the shit on your own, motherfucker. Yeah. See how you like that shit. Bet you won't leave the fucking city. I bet you won't leave the fucking city driving around trying to find some shit. No, you ain't got no goddamn marker or nothing. Hell no. Fuck you. Fuck it. No. I want quest markers. Man, certain shit. Now you ain't gotta have the what's that? Clairvoyance and what's that other? It's not VATS. It's called something else. Yeah, where you just go bloop and it just draw a fucking line. I think Neverwinter got that. Neverwinter has that to where it's just a straight line or something, you know what I'm saying, that you follow on the actual game screen that leads you where the fuck you gotta go. And the maps on that game ain't open at all. You know what I'm saying? If you didn't need quest markers, it would be on something like that. So no, yeah, if you want to suffer, you want to be a masochist, and you know what, do it on your own. Don't try to have everybody else go through weird shit like you. If you like that shit, you like it. The game is customizable now to where you can fix it how you want it. What else they got coming? Rumors. I think the rumors thing is what I'm talking about. I'm not 100% sure. Then the new storyline with Gorath, and you ain't gonna. I won't know nothing about it. I think that's probably gonna be a regular ass storyline. I probably won't mind that at all. I'm not the biggest fan of Gorath. You know, I fuss about everything. You can do a whole lot worse. But as far as that part is irritating enough. The little tone parts. I looked in the goddamn bazaar today. It was only 2 items in there. I don't know what. I got all these goddamn trade bars that just been stacking up. What the fuck you do with these trade bars? I hit trade bars. I went to the whatever bazaar, and only 2 things to buy in there, and I don't even remember what they was, but it's something that I would never ever get unless it was free. It was only 2 things in there. I'm just like, really? I got all these trade bars and there's only these 2 in this. So I guess you got to wait later on in the season to before that thing populates. Because I'm not 100% sure with all these currencies and shit, seals and all this other shit. Just, the tone points have to go through that thing. I went through that whole thing season 0. I didn't think I was gonna make it through that whole thing because I got to like 5. I got to level 5 on that shit, and it just stopped moving for a long ass time. I was like, and then all of a sudden it just started moving. Cause I was doing the little shit I'd have figured out. Well, I ain't gonna say I done figured out anything, but as far as how I play, I figured out how to complete those weekly challenges, which is weird how they have that. Here go your weekly challenges, you do the shit, and you complete it, and then pop up again. I'm just like, really? Just, whatever. But yeah. They gave me 11 rerolls that I had 11 rerolls in season 0. And then I don't know how many they give me. I only got 5 season 1. But what I figured out was this shit down there that I ain't gonna do. Anything they gotta do with PvP ain't gonna happen. Except for the one about dealing damage. That's easy. You know what I'm saying? You ain't gotta worry about if you win or lose. You just go in there and smack some people. You get 200,000 damage in about 2 or 3 matches. At least for me. I did it in 2 matches. And then all the rest of that shit, trials, arenas, that shit, reroll. The best thing to reroll to is collecting ore, alchemical ingredients, or the plants. Or if you get one of those, defeat a certain boss or something, and one of those little cheap dungeons. You know, I had one that was, I had to do the one, I had to go to Elden Hollow 2. I was like, that ain't bad. So I ran it, and I think the big ones that give you like 175 and 200 points, I think you do those a few times. Goddamn, I'm speaking. 5, I don't think it's 5. I don't know, but you do those a few times. But the easiest ones, I had 3 of them. I had one that was to collect ore, one was to collect chemicals and alchemical plants and, you know, purified water. That's the easiest one to do because you can pick up the plants, mushrooms, and the water, all that count. Not the one that just like collect, you can't collect nothing but ancestor silk. That takes a little bit longer. 1, 2, 3. I remember I had 3 of those all on my thing at the same time. Those are easy. They really are. Those are easy. It might take a little while if you don't know where to go. And the best thing to do is go to a starting zone. You know, go to a starting zone because they, as far as what I can tell, they have the most resources. Strossman Kai, goddamn Havarthi, whatever the starting zone is for Aunt Mary, something Roost. I was just there yesterday, and I can't think of the goddamn thing. And then Bleak Rock for Evenheart. Is that the Evenheart back? Yeah. And Betnik, which is in Dragonfall Covenant, that little island right below Glenambu. A lot of resources there. You got to collect wood. I had to collect a bunch of wood. That's like the place to go because you know all the resources are in places where the resources should be. So if you need a whole lot of ore and stuff like that, take your ass somewhere where there's a lot of mountains or the desert. like Stros Mackay. There's a lot of goddamn ore in Stros Mackay. And that stuff, it pops right back up. It respawns fast. It does. Matter of fact, what you can do is you can find a spot on there that got a lot, blah, 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 blah. Get up out of there, leave the zone and come back. Shit gonna be right there. Again, for wood, you could, I guess you can go, Betnik is like the best place to go for wood. And Bleak Rock, I forget what's in Bleak Rock. But I got a lot of ore in Bleak Rock because it's a bunch of fucking mountains, so that might be a good place for ore too. But yeah, once I figured that, but I mean, it's all the luck of the draw. The only thing you can do is re-roll the shit you don't like and hope that something like that pop up if that's what you want to do. But it still takes some time. But I think if there's a lot of plants and stuff like that, you might can go to what's that, Avea? Wherever the City Garden is, where it's just you just harvest stuff, ain't no enemies and stuff like that. I forget what grows most up there, but that I didn't even think of that while I was doing it. That, next time something come up, maybe next week, the next couple of days, when they refresh, if I get something like that, I'm gonna go down there and see. Because you can just run around there and just pick stuff. You know what I'm saying? You just run around there and just pick stuff. There ain't no enemies there. But yeah, as far as all the new stuff, that's about it on there. The little pass and the veterancy, that PvP shit, you can take that shit and throw it out back. I don't give a fuck about that. I do PvP every so often. If I have a need, like I might do a PvP match today. I might do a couple because I might have some skills that I want to, I just added a new subclass to my character, and it's a couple of skills I want to level up. So I'll when I do my dailies and stuff like that, I'll just put my skill on, run a couple of those dailies with a scroll, and boom, get that level up in a couple of about 30 minutes or so, and be done with it. Other than that, it ain't no reason to, unless it's a specific quest or something I gotta do it for. But as far as the gameplay, it ain't that much different, and I'm one of those people that play the game how I want to play it. I make my own builds. I do all of the theory crafting. I do all that shit myself. I'm not number crunching. I ain't got no spreadsheets. I'm not for the nerd all the fun out the goddamn game. You know what I'm saying? If somebody asks me about my build, I just tell them I don't know. I just do some shit on it. Because frankly, ain't none of your goddamn business. You know what I'm saying? That's why I don't do trials and shit like that, because I'm not changing my my loadout from what I got currently. I'm not. You know what I'm saying? It's just I'm not for to do it. I know why they do it, but I'm not for to do it. If I'm gonna run a trial, I'm gonna run it with whatever the fuck I got at the moment, unless I know it's just out of line. You know what I'm saying? Unless I just know it's out of line, and I don't know enough about trials to be able to tell you that. Some of the dungeons, yeah, I stay out of some of the veteran dungeons. Some of the regular ones I don't like. Just fuck them. Like, this is horrible. But some of the veteran dungeons, some of those DLC dungeons are just fucking ridiculous. Like, I just got out of veteran Cauldron a couple of minutes ago. Right before I came out here, that was the last thing that I did on there. I went veteran Cauldron, and after everybody left, I'm the last one in that motherfucker. You are no longer in the group. Typical. I didn't get kicked like I did last night. I got kicked out of the group. Which is funny, because I'm in a group. We running through Blackheart Haven of all things. and it's late. I'm sitting there like, and I'm like, I shouldn't even come in here, because I hate Blackheart Haven, because the beginning part of Blackheart Haven is the worst. Trying to get up on that bridge to get to that first boss is horrible to me, because I always get tangled up in there some kind of goddamn way, or you get up there and then fall all the way back down. It's just, I hate it. I don't like it. I don't, especially if it's nighttime. I don't like it. It's hard enough for me to see. You didn't have to go through that shit. Get all the way up there, and then you try to run to the damn bridge and fucking slide off the side, which is why. This is why y'all don't need to be adding platforming to the game. Y'all didn't design a game for that. This game, have you ever tried to jump in a straight line on here? You can't do it unless you do it by luck. That's why they got a challenge on here for jumping across the lava things without touching the goddamn lava, because it's damn near impossible to do, because the platforming on this game sucks. Instead of putting challenges on here because you know that part is different, how about fix your goddamn platforming to a motherfucker can jump in a straight line without jumping into the lava or jumping off a bridge or sliding off a bridge, you know, or edge of anything. Shouldn't be happening. If you get knocked off, I can see, but running and then sliding off the edge now, yeah, well, you know, you got some work to do. Now y'all got more work to do because y'all done fired half the motherfucker. So yeah, look into that. Look into it. Shit. Instead of adding shit to the game, fix it. This right here. I'm all over the place. They need a merge function on here. Now, you can either have it to where I can switch classes, fuck subclassing, and all this other shit. I need to be able to switch classes. You pay to play the game. Y'all add everything to the game, but no way to switch classes, no token to switch classes. For whatever reason, you can't switch classes. How can you add subclass into a game without first having a way to switch classes? You know why? Because I got 4 characters. I've had all of them. I've had a character for each class. I done deleted all of them since. I played it, got it up to level 50 to see if I liked it or not. Yeah, whatever. My first main character was a Dragon Knight. I got sick of Dragon Knight. I did. I'm sick of it. The only line I liked on there was Earth and Heart. All the rest of that shit you can throw it out the fucking window. I'm one of those people. I'm so sick of fire. Every game you play, fire this, fire that, fire this, fire that. Fuck fire. I'm just so sick of fucking fire. Can I get a non-elemental staff, please? That is not a restoration staff. Can you get a destruction staff that's not frost, lightning, and fire? It needs to be in there because we have magic in the game. How about just a magic staff? Have you thought about that? You know, it's a certain shit. It just makes sense. But anyway, switching class. You should be able to do that. You can do everything now. They got the damn the skill shits on there. The respecs is free and all this other shit. But you can't switch your goddamn class. You get subclassing, okay. Well, you know, you want to do subclasses. Sometimes you be like, okay, I want to do subclassing, but I don't want this to be my main class. If I'm gonna do that, you know what I'm saying? You got to go to another character or create a new character. You know the problem with that is, I got years of gameplay on 2 of my characters. One of them I don't even play with anymore because I got sick of the class. It wasn't appealing to me anymore. Then I play with the Warden now. And it ain't no use of me switching to another class. You know why? Because my first main character had majority of the map, and when I say map, I'm talking about the map, the game. Most of that shit was filled out. You go to a new character, your shit is empty. Fucking-T. You got all your game progress is lost because you want to switch characters. You know, I don't find that incentive to keep playing the game. I don't find that incentive to keep playing the game. You want to play a new character, but everything you've done is gone. You hop into your new character and the whole map is empty. No way shrines, no completed quests, no nothing. Only thing there is your fucking houses that you done bought. That's it. You gotta do all this shit over again. I don't see the point of having a brand new ass character on an empty ass map full of shit that you gotta redo that you done did already over a number of fucking years. Years, man. I ain't talking about a couple hours of gameplay. Shit that it took you years to do. And I got the warden. And now my warden got more shit done than the last character. Years of shit done again. You know what I'm saying? I'm not doing that anymore. I'm not doing that anymore. You bring out another fucking class. If it costs money, I'm not getting it. And even if it did, even if I did, I'm not gonna fucking play it. I'm not gonna fucking play it. I'm not taking a brand new character in no empty ass world again. I'll take that empty ass character into a world that's already made. If you can get a character and merge it into a world that you already established, you know what I'm saying? You should be able to do that. Y'all have created everything else in the game, mostly. You don't have a magic staff. Unless you want to use the restoration staff, and then you go into a dungeon and people looking at you sideways. Well, shit, I don't want to use lightning or fire or frost. I use frost. At least it has a, you know, defensive, thing. It's got duality to it. I like it. But anyway, that shit irks me, and it's been irking me. And it caps how much I support the game. You know what I'm saying? The last bit of content they let out, I didn't much care for. I'm just like, this shit just ain't for me. And I hate that a game that I actively pay for come out with somewhat major content that I'm not gonna take part in. And everything ain't gonna be for everybody. I know that much, but I'm still disappointed. I'm just like, okay, I just got back in the game, and I didn't do my usual $100, yearly thing. You know what I'm saying? I'm going month by month because I'm trying to see what the fuck they doing. Well, shit, I'm paying more for it now. You know what I'm saying? Technically, if I keep doing this over a couple of months, and I'm not liking shit. I'm not liking shit. So I keep playing the game how I play it. I have to ignore the shit that they just put out to not be upset about it. And I just play the game like I usually. I just run through dungeons. I do a few dailies, and I still got quests to do. I still got the Daggerfall Covenant to do. And then I have all three of those things. I've done it before on my other character, which is why I didn't bother with it. But I still got the Daggerfall Covenant to do. I just finished Glenumbra, and they sent me into Stormhaven. So I got that whole rest of the Daggerfall Covenant to do to complete that trilogy again before I start finishing off side quests and stuff like that. to try to complete stuff. So I got plenty of stuff to do, but it's, you know, when the new shit come out, you want to do the new shit. New shit ain't for me. I probably end up doing it over time. It's just like the other day, you get in there, you couldn't even do the fucking mission. Everybody standing in line to get through this fucking door, which is, I mean, why isn't that like a solo instance? It should be. I don't know if it is, but yeah, it should be. It should be a solo instance. I mean, it was like 50, 60 motherfuckers outside this gate in Daggerfall. It was everybody just sitting outside the gate. It looked like a line at the airport, man. It looked like that security line at the airport. They just standing there, waiting to get in. I'm like, really? You gonna sit here and wait? And it wasn't it was a bunch of people jammed up at the front of the gate, but it was like an actual line going all the way back down the stairs and shit. I'm just like, yeah, I'm just gonna go find something else to do. Let me go run a dungeon. Let me go do something. Y'all just gonna sit there in line. And then when I fucking got in there, I was just like, y'all sat in line for this? Because I went in there the next day. I went in there the next day and I looked, and I went in there and I was just like, ain't shit in here. And that little mythic that they give you ain't shit to me. I won't ever use that. I got one mythic, Talk ESO ring. That's it. I ain't ever tried to get another one. I probably got leads for about at least a few other ones that I hadn't even, you know, excavated yet. You know, in my little, whatever that little dirt digging thing is, I can't think of it right now. Whatever the inscribing thing is. It's a bunch of stuff in there. Because I've been picking up gold leads like crazy. And now they got time on that much, so I'm not rushing, you know, to try to get to none of that stuff. I will at some point. I got to be very, very bored to do that. I really do. I got to be extremely bored to do that. Or looking for something very specific. Because a lot of that stuff just don't interest me at all. Now, the only reason I'm doing now is for, if I do it, it's because of furnishing. Like for real. The only reason I do it is because of furnishing, because I buy the houses. I don't have all the houses. I'm not the housing guy, but I got a few of them. I looked through there, I got some notable houses. I was like, shit, I didn't know I had this. I got some classic houses, and of course I made it a point to get all the staples. But that's how you skip over the way shrines and shit like that for the most part. And most of the cities, I think I got most of the staples. I always look and see. I think I got most of them, if not all of them. And most of them are empty. I got 3 houses that got furniture in it. Well, 4. That big one that they give you, that museum hall, whatever the hell they gave you, that big giant one. I put some stuff in there because there's some stuff at that house that just wouldn't fit at any other houses. Trees and shit like that, that wouldn't fit in no regular house. So, but that one, that's a museum. That's where you put all your trophies and shit. I haven't been to that house in I don't know how long. I don't even remember what part of the world it's in. I have to get to it for my little collections maybe. But yeah, but like I need more lighting. So I look through there and see what I got and see what type of item it is and whatnot. Even though you can just go to the guild store and buy shit. Let me narrow this list down a little bit. And do it. And you have to keep doing it because I got real good at it. I got real good at it. when I was doing it. And then I got tired of doing it. And when I get tired of doing it, I'm doing it for a long time. And every time I go back to excavating, I got to relearn how to do this shit all over again. I'm like, man, I don't like this. Especially when you're trying to do like the gold and the purple with some of them. It's just like, I don't, whatever, man. This is, you got to have something else going in the background when you're doing that. Keep your mind occupied while you're doing that shit, because that shit is boring as hell to me. But if you unearthing shit that you want, it's whatever. It's what you do. You can't have the game just give you every goddamn thing. You know, I ain't one of those people. You know, it got to be some kind of effort to do that, which is why they lowered the grind on that. Trying to level them things up. Y'all couldn't cut that grind when I was doing it. I had to do that shit twice on 2 characters. I'm pretty sure a bunch of people have done it more than that. I did that shit twice on 2 characters. That grind, that level 10 grind, the excavation, yeah, it's just fuck you. Yeah. I had to do all that shit twice. The grind for the excavation. And all of the crafting, all of it, twice. It's hard enough doing that shit once. I done did that shit twice. Not fun. Not fun at all. It's that thing you get when you go make you a new character and you gotta level up your fucking your fucking mount. You just like, really, I gotta do this shit again. How many of these goddamn scrolls I got? Can I just do I got 100 scrolls in here to level up this goddamn mount? Shit, I hate this. Yeah, but back to the gameplay. I got kicked out of group last night because I was playing and I was tired. And we went through a normal ass damn, I just said the name of it. Whatever the little pirate one is. You know, we going through that. And dude was like, kick Harris, he's a bot. And I ain't have my mic on or nothing like that. And I was like, well, and they wasn't moving, so I know they was voting to kick me. And I wasn't doing nothing. I didn't have to. You run through a normal dungeon. You ain't got no tank. You ain't got no healer. It's just a bunch of DPS people just running through there, want to show how big their dick is and kill all the enemies. Why would I have to do anything? And I do that for a lot, except for when I'm in a veteran dungeon. If I'm in a normal dungeon, I don't have to do nothing. Literally. You know what I'm saying? Because most of my skills and stuff, they take a while to kill stuff. It's like that every time I make a character, everything I do is just slow to activate. It's just whatever. But when I do hit, I hit hard. By the time, it's like literally by the time I wind up for a heavy attack or some shit like that, they done killed the enemies in like 2 fucking seconds. You know what I'm saying? It just. So I'm following them around. All the enemies is dead. And we finished like, what was that, the second boss in there? And then, because I get caught on a lot of shit, right? Like I said, I'm blind, like literally. And it's to the point now where I can't even adjust my TV. Because if you adjust your brightness, it just washes everything out. So I get caught on a lot of corners and shit on the ground and shit like that. Do it like kick Harris, he's a bot. I didn't even feel like arguing. I went for to try to find my headphones and try to, you know what, if you gonna kick me, because I'm too tired. You know what I'm saying? That I didn't even care. I'm like, just please, dude. They give me a reason to turn my goddamn game out. They kicked me. They kicked me out the goddamn group, and I was like, here we go, never winner again. You know what I'm saying? You two motherfuckers is running through this dungeon by yourself. One dude has already left the group. You know what I'm saying? They kicked somebody that didn't show up. So it was just us three and probably a companion or something in there. So, and they running through it by themselves. I didn't have, by the time I got down where they was trying to run through all them harpies, they had already killed the goddamn boss, and I couldn't even find the goddamn boss because it's hard for me to find a boss when there's a bunch of shit on the goddamn screen. Oh shit, y'all already killed him. So, all right, I'm following y'all. Yeah, keep giving me a bot. How do you know if you don't fucking, we not on PC, stupid ass, we on Xbox. Where the fuck you get a bot from? Which I take back, because I've seen bots on Xbox forming. There was some bots forming experience from mud crabs in the Alakir Desert. I've seen that on a couple of different occasions. So yeah, but they got bots. Now all those bots were sitting in one spot doing the same shit over and over again. You mean they have bots on Xbox that will navigate, you know what I'm saying, and follow a group through a goddamn dungeon? Do they? I don't fucking think so. I don't fucking think so. It just shows you what kind of dumbasses we got that we play with, which is why I don't never have my fucking mic on, because I would have said something that probably would have got my account suspended, and I know that can happen because I played Call of Duty with some friends of mine that have said some shit that had them off the game for a week or two. So yeah, I know if you say the wrong shit in the chat or on a thing that you can get yourself in trouble. And I'm one of those people. I have a bad mouth, especially when it comes to shit like that. But I was tired. I was like, I don't care, because I shouldn't have got in here anyway. And I wanted to quit anyway when it said Blackheart Haven. I'm just like, I'm so sick of doing Blackheart Haven. I don't want to do this. Yeah, I don't want to do this. I really didn't. It's not even a hard dungeon. It's just, after some time you've done a dungeon so many goddamn times, you're just so sick of it. And then the group I was in today, I didn't get kicked, but I was the last one in it. Everybody left. We get all the way to the second to the last boss in the cauldron on Veteran. On Veteran. Now I understand people get frustrated, but if you one of the ones that quit the group, you ain't doing no better than nobody else. You know what I'm saying? Because that dude quit the group. Now we died a couple times, and then it's that boss with the big thing in the middle, a bunch of lightning going back and forth, and Lyric is locked up and telling you to bring some liquid and shit. Y'all know what the fuck I'm talking about. You know, we was on that one. This shit all over the place. And then that final Fire Titan or whatever the fuck it is come out, the last one. And we get that motherfucker down to this much. And somehow, we die. Bling, 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 everybody. And I'm the last one. I'm the last one because I got sense enough about standing next to that motherfucker, because my character ain't made to be standing next to you. Actually, my character is made to do a lot of shit, but I ain't no goddamn tank. I act like one, but I'm not. But I get over there, and of course, I'm the last motherfucker to pop in. I mean, everybody died before I did. I'm just like, okay, well, that happens. We got the boss all the way down to here, and then we started up again. Boom. We get the boss, well below half his health. The last motherfucker, then we fighting. I'm like, oh yeah, we got it, because we died once on the boss before then, and then the second go we just fucked him off. So I figured we was gonna do that. You die to a boss a couple of times. You're in a random ass group. You figure the shit out, and then boom, you do it. I'm like, you get all the way to this point in the goddamn, why leave? Unless something happens where you got something to do, and you was trying to get this dungeon in, you know what I'm saying, the last minute before you got to run off and do some shit. Okay. But motherfuckers just leave, and it's just like, oh, all right, we got to wait for another motherfucker show up. We get in there, we do the same thing. We get that motherfucker down, and everybody died. I'm fighting. I'm like, I look up, everybody dead. What the fuck is this? You know, and I'm fighting. It's almost to the point where I was fighting, and everybody had already started leaving the group. Somebody left the group right after I died, which means he was out while I was still fighting. He was still going through the menu to leave the goddamn group. Just like, I died before my thing popped, my little ghost popped up and said, you are no longer in the group. I'm like, y'all suck. I'm not even nowhere close to being the best player. You know what I'm saying? Not nowhere even close to being the best goddamn player. DPS sucks. You know what I'm saying? I ain't, healing shit worth nothing because I'm not a healer. All my heals are particularly for me, but they just so happen to hit other people too. So, I mean, my whole player is built on utility. It's based on keeping me alive, doing PvE content like out in the world. But I get into a goddamn dungeon, it's just, which is to be expected. If I'm in a veteran dungeon and we don't all run together in a group, I figure that at some point, if we don't all run together in a group, I'm expecting for all the people that's up front to kill everything. Or else why the fuck are you just running gung-ho into shit like that? Because I can't do that. You know what I'm saying? I can't do that. They go through that, just zap shit and they die. Nah, ads will kill me. Or if they can't kill me, I'm gonna be there for a while to try to kill them. Veteran ads have a lot of goddamn health. The little mobs and shit. It's just like, why do I have to drop an ultimate on these shits to kill them? You know what I'm saying? I'm like, why do I have to drop an ultimate on these motherfuckers to kill them? This is a lot of goddamn work. Other people can go through there and blap. It happens, whatever. Not me. So, all my shit is supplemental. But usually, I have to see obvious healing coming from the healer. And I got that mod to let me know who's the healer. I got that mod that put the icons, the little job icons on top of their heads. Which is very useful. I gotta shrink the icons a bit because they too big. But yeah, that is very goddamn useful. Very. And it helps me keep up with people in the dungeon when everybody just run off, because I'll be looting and bloop out, loot some stuff and look off to the left and everybody be gone. I'm just like, yeah, I was just right here. How did people just disappear that fast? And I gotta look around, try to find them, and I usually just look on a map and try to anyway, well, not even a map, but the compass. At least I have the direction they went in. But that gets me. People quit groups for all kinds of reasons. I quit groups sometimes because I'm tired. Now I'm starting to quit groups when, like a lot of other people do, when we get up to a certain mob, or we get up to a certain the first boss or some shit like that, and I get it. I'm like, okay, we're not gonna make it through the rest of this dungeon because we're struggling now. This is the first boss, and the first boss is something that you usually are not gonna be struggling with unless you Earth and Heart Arc Enclave or something. That big fucking rock shit that blows up the whole goddamn arena. I died 1,000 times on that motherfucker. That is not fun. Because you got to find that one stone that's sticking up and hide behind that. I don't know where that motherfucker is. He's finna blow up the whole arena. You got to get behind this damn stone to block the blast. Well, I don't know where the goddamn stone is. You know, and you ain't got, and once you see that circle expanding, you ain't got time to go looking for that motherfucker. You got to be by it already. And I'm fighting in the goddamn thing. I'm looking around trying to see where the stone is. It ain't already there because it don't get put up till later. And then once it come up, I'm just like, I don't know where the fuck it is. I'm gonna die. And everybody got to pick me up after every time he do that shit. The rest of the dungeon, I was fine. That's just that shit right there. And it happens every time I get in there. Every time. I don't know. I don't know. There's something I'm missing to where you would know what that thing is. I don't know what it is. I'm gonna have to look it up at some point. I don't plan on going through that thing on veteran again. I got the helmet already, and it ain't much of nothing, so it ain't no use in me going through it again. And the sets that's in there, and that's where I'm at right now. I'm just like, if it ain't nothing in there I want, ain't no point in me going through that dungeon. It's not. Oh, I had a notification. It's gonna disappear right when I start to look at it. Yeah. And I try to communicate, you know what I'm saying? If people got their mics on, I'll put mine on. And stuff like that in veteran dungeons, shit like that. Like, I need to do a no-death run in Exile Redoubt. I do. I have to do a no-death run so I can get that little skill style. I want the skill style. Am I gonna get it? I can tell you right now, I'm probably gonna be the first one to die. Or the only one. You know what I'm saying? And I ain't the only one trying to get through that, because I've gone through that dungeon a few times, and as soon as one person dies, another person quits. Or that person quits. Because they know death run is already ruined. They know used to going through the rest of the dungeon. And I kind of feel the same way, but I'm just like, I need practice. You know what I'm saying? This dungeon is hard enough for me to get through. You know what I'm saying? It really the fuck is. Without dying. I got through it once, and I died on the last boss. But at that time, I wasn't even worried about the that no death run. I don't even think I knew anything about that thingamabob back then, whatever that skill style is, the verdant green wall of element thing. I don't even think I knew about it at the time. But now that I know about it, well, I always knew about achievements. But once you start achievement hunting, it takes the fun out of everything. Because you're not just playing this shit to be playing it. You trying to accomplish something. And now you stressing more than you would normally stress. It's terrible. It is. It's fucking terrible. I'm just like, all right, we're doing a no death. Like one time I went through there. Exile Redoubt, veteran. We didn't even get to the first boss. I got smacked by fucking I got one shot by a little mob thing. It wasn't even no big mob thing. It was a little mob thing. A bunch of little critters come out there, and we fighting them, and all of a sudden my dude is just dead. I'm like, what the fuck was that? And somebody quit. As soon as I died, somebody was like, fuck it, we done. Quit. And I was pissed off because I'm just like, first of all, I got a character that almost always has, I got the ice staff, so I almost always have my shield up because I heavy attack. I got heavy armor, And my big pieces of heavy armor. And I know I got well over 30,000 health. And I get one shot by goddamn. I was mad. I kept playing, but I was mad. I was just like that. See, that's the type of shit right there. You think you could do a no-death run? You know what I'm saying? You energize, you blah, blah, blah. And you get a bullshit death. And I get those all the goddamn time. Bullshit death. You leave an area and you know, you see the little don't stand in stupid shit on the ground. You get out of that, bam, it explode or do whatever the fuck it's gonna do. You wear with it and you die anyway. I'm like, I wasn't even in the shit. You know, that type of stuff. That's why I'm just like, y'all don't need to be adding platforming and sneaking all kind of shit, cause y'all that part of the game ain't right. It's not. It's not. You get hit by shit. You done left the area of effect and you still get hit by it. What the fuck is that shit? Especially when you chasing achievements. That shit is extremely irritating. And then the other people get mad at you because your character dying or whatever the fuck is the reason, you know what I'm saying, they won't get the achievement that they probably chasing too. People hop up in them veteran groups trying to get the trifectas and shit like that. It's just like I went up into this, I was fussing one time. I was trying to get the Grotto 2 Assassin. Excuse me, goddamn. I was trying to get the Grotto 2 Assassin. I get up in there. I said, can we please not skip all the damn bosses and shit and blah, blah, blah. And we went through it. And they skip bosses. You can't skip bosses if you're trying to get the assassin. You gotta kill all them shits. And I was pissed off. So I went through it again. We went all the way through it. Beat it, blah, blah, blah. I'm like, okay, my shit didn't pop up. I go to queue into another dungeon. I fucked around and queued into a goddamn regular ass normal dungeon. So I'm mad. So I had to do it again, and when I did the third time I did it, I got it. So it was, I said, can we please not skip? I'm trying to get the assassin. I don't know if they was gonna skip or not, but we went all the way through it on veteran, which shouldn't be all that goddamn hard on and it wasn't a no death. I just had to get the speed. I had to get the speed. I had to do it in under 20 minutes. Which ain't all that hard to do. But you can't skip nothing. So you try to communicate that shit. People be wanting equipment. I can't give people equipment. I got auto bind turned on my shit. So anything, well, if it's something that I don't tend to have. Somebody asked for something in particular on it was one of those Imperial City dungeons. I don't think it was in Imperial City Prison. It was one of those. It was probably White Gold Tower. Dude asked for something white staff. I mean white staff. What the fuck is white staff? Ice staff. I'm like, because usually I deconstruct everything when I'm done. Now I got the auto binder thing on. I looked at my shit. I was like, oh shit, I got the blah, blah, blah ice staff. I couldn't give it to him because I didn't have it. It says I didn't have it. They got auto bound. So I couldn't give it to him. I was like, oh. Oh well, that's all I can do is oh well. Because that's how shit works, man. I make the game convenient to me, and then when I try to make an effort, and then I wouldn't gonna be able to give it to him no way, because when I went through looking for it, he left the group before I actually found it. And then when I did find it, I was like, I had it. I couldn't have gave it to him anyway, because I would have tried to initiate the trade, and I would have went looking through my shit. It wouldn't have been there. That's how shit works. So it's a lot of good stuff, and ESO. It's not as many assholes. At least I don't run across them that much, since I think most people keep their mics off unless they in a group. And I was in a good group the other day, running through veteran Mazatoon, whatever the fuck that is, ruins of Mazatoon. We had a good group for that. We was in there for a while. And I just so happened to get in there with some people that had their mics on, like average players that, you know, they wanted to finish the goddamn dungeon, and we didn't know what to fucking do. And, you know, we had people that left, you know, some people that came in, they left, and then some more people came in, they knew what to fucking do, so we ended up doing it for like the 10th time or whatever the fuck, and we beat it. You know, you get groups like that, you know what I'm saying? It's just fine, all right. Bunch of friend requests go around after that you probably ain't gonna never ever talk to them people again. Even after you send friend requests out, you still don't ever talk to the people again. But, you know, it is what it is. It ain't a bad thing. I enjoy playing the game, you know, and I'd hate to have to go relearn how to play something else. I don't want this game to just take a certain downfall, a sudden downfall like Neverwinter did. Because I still get the itch to play Neverwinter until I actually start playing Neverwinter. Because that's where all this shit started, with Neverwinter. Before I was playing ESO, I was playing Neverwinter. And I played the hell out of that, just like I'm playing the hell out of this shit. I started playing, I think, I don't know what the hell else I started playing after that. It wasn't no other game. There wasn't no other game like that. But, man, it's probably ESO, now I'm thinking about it. But I went back to Neverwinter, and they had just gutted that game. They flipped it. You know what I'm saying? They just they redid all the internals of the game, at least most of them. And when you went back into the game, it looked the same, but it didn't operate the same. So you went in there, and all the shit that you had was no more good. The little money you had was no more good. The looting system wasn't about nothing. You didn't pick up any loot. And the whole leveling and mission system had changed. It just not for the better either. Not for the better either. I played it for a minute, but it's hard to stay interested in that game because it sucks. It sucks now. It really does. Unless they have an event going on to where I'm just running skirmishes and shit like that. That's the only thing I like, and you don't really get nothing from that. You get a bunch of different currencies that I don't know what to do with them shits. And then when you do find out what to do with them, it's like shit that you don't want anyway. Kind of like the shit with ESO, all these different currencies. Just, every time they bring up something, you got a different currency. You know? What if shit worked like that in real life? And you got your money in your pocket, or your bank account, wherever you keep it. But you can only buy certain shit with it. Like if you had it's like you got a EBT card or some shit like that. You know, you can only buy certain shit with it. But what if all the certain shit had its own currency? That's what the games are like. Only certain shit, everything has its own different currency. You gotta have this to buy that. You gotta have this to buy that. You got dollars? Well, you can only buy this with dollars. But that ain't universal, motherfucker. It's like, god damn. I don't know, man. Video game logic is not always the best logic. I can tell you that, but I think that's about all I got on ESO for today. I done said my piece. Give me a magic staff, a magic destruction staff. You know what I'm saying? Oh, this. Ain't nobody gonna ever see this. This is where at the end of the video. The classes. Y'all gotta add more classes now. You do. You have to add more classes now. You have to. Because what you did to the Dragon Knight. You have to add more classes now because of what you did to the Dragon Knight. You got to think, my Dragon, I told y'all how I got tired of Dragon Knight. Well, my Dragon Knight was a poison character. My Dragon Knight, my first main character, with all the progression and shit on it, was a poison character. That's what they did to my class. That's what they did to my class. I didn't want to play fire no more, like I told y'all. So I had that whole class set up for poison damage. They took all of that right out the kit. So the only fair thing to do is to have other classes exactly like that. You can take the frost damage. You need to take that out of the goddamn warden pack anyway. That shit don't go there. It don't. That shit don't match. You got animals, frost, and then some plant shit. I'm like, the animals and the plant shit, okay. You stick something else in there that kind of relate. That shit is just there. It don't relate to the animals or the fucking plants at all. You know, plants, flowers, and shit growing like that in the fucking ice. You know what I'm saying? That shit, that frost shit don't go there. Now, you need a whole class that's dedicated to frost, and you need a whole class that's dedicated to lightning. And you can leave the sorcerer like it is, just dedicated to magic. That's what you need to do. You know what I'm saying? That's what, because why have a whole class dedicated to fire and the shit is not the same for the other classes? Now they still got some rebalancing to do, but I'm pretty sure that's not part of it. It would surprise the hell out of me if it is. Like they're supposed to have a warden rework coming in. You need to rework frost right up out of it. You really do. You need to rework frost right up out of it and give it its own class like y'all did with the Dragon Knight. Take that lightning right up out of the goddamn sorcerer, give it its own class like y'all did the Dragon Knight. You know what I'm saying? Because it's not fair. It's not fair. You know what I'm saying? Everybody, the Dragon Knight got 3 lines of fire shit. Everybody else, you got 1 line of lightning. You got 1 line of goddamn frost, which don't belong in the warden kit at all. It don't. It don't need to be there. It don't match. You know what I'm saying? Thematically, it just don't match. That's why I say you need to be able to switch classes. Now, if I was steadily on my Dragon Knight, and they'd have did this, I'd have just stopped playing the game. I would have. I'd have just stopped playing the game. Because you can't subclass out of that because all the goddamn lines got fire on. And they're supposed to be doing something else with poison, so poison is just out there right now. All the poison shit is on the bow or weapon line, unless you want to do it like that. But as far as class wise, fuck it. Have an all poison class. You got an all poison class, you got an all fire class, you got a whole ice class, and you got a whole lightning class. It's 4 classes. Y'all got work to do. Y'all got a whole lot more work to do since half y'all motherfuckers got laid off. But that's what happens. That's what happens. It happens in the corporate world all the time, every day, by these big companies. A bunch of motherfuckers getting laid off. However many goddamn people it was a lot. It was in the thousands. When you start thinking about it, did it really take that many people to make the game? I mean, it was making games, it didn't take that many goddamn people. It just, those big companies know what the fuck they doing. They know when they paying motherfuckers they don't need to pay. There was probably a whole bunch of people around there coasting, not being necessary, which is, not their fault. You get a job, you get a job. If they hired you and didn't need you, it ain't your fault. Shit. Oh man. Anyway, that was it. I ain't got nothing else to talk about. I'm finna go back in the house, get me a popsicle, turn the game back on, listen to some YouTube, and chill the hell out. I'm gonna catch y'all on the flip side.